Hey everybody, it's Dave,
And I'm Courtney.
and we're the Counseling Geeks. I apologize for uh, lots of sun today. Um, just trying to take advantage of being home by myself. Um, Hopefully, we don't get interrupted. But anyways, we are here doing some. We had done some videos on trauma, and the last video was about the effect on the brain that trauma has, and some of the symptoms that we encounter when someone is experiencing trauma. And today we thought we certainly want to talk about, what do we do um, in terms of treating trauma. So, in talking about it, we didn't want to just jump into, the various treatments like CBT and EMDR and such. When we first in counseling, uh, have somebody in that is seeking out counseling for, trauma, uh, related symptoms, one of the very first things that we think about is, of course, Courtney, like you had said, safety, and their ability to be comfortable in a situation that they're for them to have the ability to um, feel comfortable in sharing some of the things that they're going to share and to be able to address some of the things they're going to address. We count on our relationship and the environment and all of that to allow people who are seeking out this treatment to feel comfortable and be able to build the skills that they need um, to uh, to work on, whatever it is that their trauma is causing in their life. And so, of course, first um, uh, thought is not, what mode of treatment we're going to do. Is the big one is how do we make sure that they're comfortable? And so it's about building that relationship. It's about um, allowing them to be able to it's not just about jumping into telling the story of how you were traumatized. It's about tell me about you, and what you've been doing to cope, or just tell me about you and what it's like for you, anyways. And Courtney, again, things that we have talked about, and of course, you guys all miss the conversations that Courtney and I have before we do these videos. But, um, anyways, it's about, making sure that, um, you know, we're not going to jump right into your story of trauma. That's a giant thing to just jump into with somebody that you don't know. We know more about the picture when we start talking about how you're functioning or right now, or the issues that you're dealing with right now, and that those are the things that we're concerned about at first. We can worry about all of the uh, interventions, later on. I mean, actually, this is part of our intervention is to get to know you, to build that relationship, to get you comfortable talking about stuff. And things that we have talked about, Courtney and I, in our conversations, has been about we don't have to dig into every single gory detail of your trauma. um, we can tell what's going on given the symptoms that you're experiencing now, given the way that you're functioning in your life now, that it's not completely and utterly necessary to get into all those details unless you want to. Um, and, we afford you that ability to jump into them if you absolutely feel like you have to get into them. Um, if you don't, that's okay. It's about helping you to function, helping you to figure out um, how you're going to get through the trauma and the symptoms that come with that trauma that you're experiencing. And I know I'm talking a lot, Courtney. You want to jump in?
Now, one of the things that we talked about was fundamentally when somebody's coming to us for, I mean, this is just certainly a part of any type of therapy, but certainly trauma therapy, is we want to make sure that we're a good fit for you and vice versa. And so because what we're going to talk about as things unfold, you need those foundational pieces because at the end of the day, this is still, it's a relationship, it's a therapeutic relationship. So you need to feel that you are safe. You need to feel that you can trust this counselor. You need to feel that you're supported. So there's a lot of things that we're going to do before we even open the box of what has happened to you. We want to make sure that you feel these things first. And my suggestion is for anybody that is looking, or even thinking about doing trauma work, is to shop around, is to find a therapist that you feel completely comfortable with. You can go and have a session or two, or you can interview them, ask what you want to ask, because at the end of the day, as trauma therapists, and when I'm thinking about the clients that I have them for a long time sometimes because, not only are we delving into at some point the trauma, but we're also delving into your belief system, how your belief system has been shaped by your trauma, how you view yourself, the world, others, how you're functioning. I mean, there's a lot of things that will come from this work, and that takes time. So you really aren't, this is an investment. This is an investment in yourself, but it's also wanting to be able to be with somebody on your journey who is going to be a good investment, and is going to be somebody that you feel completely comfortable and safe with. So that's really our primary responsibility. And our first and foremost, intervention is like, let's just get to know you. Like, we don't expect you to share anything. And I even tell clients, don't feel the need to even share anything, because I need to know that you're going to be able to cope with whatever comes up for you. And you're going to be able to have to fall back on coping skills and grounding skills. And that, again, that all comes with time. But at the end of the day, like, hey, let's just get to know each other and tell me what's happening for you right now. And what is happening as far as your symptoms? Because in the previous couple of videos, we've talked about how your symptoms tell a story. And that's all I need to know initially. And there's some, and we will go through these, but there's certain interventions that you can do that I don't even need to hear details because it's an internal processing that takes place. So I don't even need to know if you don't feel comfortable sharing. And like Dave said, if you do, wonderful. But if you don't, that's completely okay too. The biggest myth I think that's out there is that I'm going to go to somebody and they're going to make me talk about something that I've been trying to avoid for maybe a really long time. And we actually do the opposite. And I can only speak for me, but I'm like, no, we're not. Let's not go there just yet.
Right.
I just want to get to know you. I just want to make sure that you feel safe enough with me so you can go there. You don't need to share in those first few sessions if you don't want to. As far as just getting to know us, that's it.
Absolutely. Well, and just to jump on one thing that you had said, Courtney, was that, when you're deciding upon a therapist, it makes sense that you're going to, try to be with somebody that you're familiar with, that you're comfortable with, and all that sort of thing. However, you don't know when you're deciding on a therapist whether or not they're going to be a good fit. And, sometimes the safe bet, like say if, I don't know, I'm a woman and I feel like I, can't see anybody who's a male, that may not be true. Give somebody a try. You have to check into, what their expertise is, how long they've been doing it, maybe what other people are saying about that therapist, and, be able to, open your mind a little about, who you need to help you along this journey, because that's exactly what it is. It's a journey, and that we're taking with you. And it's going to be a long journey. It's going to be a hard journey, and you know, you got to be comfortable with the person, and you got to feel confident that the person is going to be able to lead you in this journey. Um, and again, we're not, maybe that's a wrong choice of words. You know, we're not always necessarily leading, we're accompanying you on this journey, and you are leading us. Um, and, you know, we're just pointing out the way at times, and, you know, helping you out with a skill or two, um, you know, so that you can make the journey yourself. You know, don't always go for the most likely candidate. You know, do your research, you know, ask around. Sometimes it's the best thing to do is ask people who have been to therapists and their experience with them. And it might be nice if your experience is the same as somebody else that had a good experience. It may or may not. So don't be afraid that when you start a therapy session and you're not feeling comfortable, you're not going to hurt our feelings. Say, I don't feel comfortable, help me find somebody else, and that's exactly what we will do, is help you find somebody that will help you, because it's our job to make sure that you're okay, and if you're not okay with us, then we need to make sure you're okay with somebody else. So please be honest about it, and we will help you to get where you need to be.
Yeah. One of the things that I know that I do is prior to anybody coming in, if they're even just asking, do you have availability? I offer a free 15-minute phone consultation, you know, so you can talk to me. I know it's only 15 minutes, but at least you get a sense. And again, like Dave's saying, you know, you might say, hey, let's try this out. And if it's not a good fit, we are absolutely happy to send you, you know, referrals, you know, resources, you know, to other therapists, because at the end of the day, like, this isn't about us, it's about you and getting what you need. And if I can't provide that, I am more than happy to provide you with numbers and you know, and other people that could be a good fit. You are not locked in just because you start going to see a therapist to continue. So, you know, don't feel that you have to, you know, kind of white knuckle it, I guess, to think things are going to change if you're really truly not feeling a connection, or you're not feeling that you can trust or feel safe with this person. You know, they just might not be a good fit for you.
Right, absolutely. And again, you know, we could probably go on forever about you know, all the the preparation part of getting you ready to address trauma. But bottom line is, it's about the relationship, and it's about the ability, you know, for us to trust each other, and most importantly, for you to trust us. And that's that's the very first thing that we have to pay attention to. So when you first come in and to address your trauma, we're probably not going to be talking about trauma at first. So just, you know, go with the flow of it. And we're going to be doing some more videos on this very topic. It's an extremely large topic, so there's lots to say about it. So make sure you watch us for the next few videos anyways. And hopefully we get it right. Certainly send in your comments and your suggestions.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
Take care.